What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. The WWE's Money in the Bank pay-per-view is almost here, and while there won't be any fans present, you can be sure this year's event is going to be unlike anything you've seen before. But join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest rumors you need to know about the 2020 Money in the Bank, including the WWE hacker, surprise returns, whether we'll see cinematic matches, and much more. Be advised there are potential spoilers. But be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But let's waste no further time and get straight into number 1. A wild rumor: the SmackDown hacker will strike. Will we learn their identity? Now, in case you missed this week's WWE Backstage, the SmackDown hacker struck again, interrupting the live feeds of the show's panelists Renee Young, Paige, Booker T and Christian. Oh, and can we just note how smashing Christian's glasses looked? Love that throwback. But Christian's glasses aside, as several fans noted, the hacker seems to have left a clue by typing in a password which matches the date of Sunday's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It seems that it's a given that the hacker will strike this Sunday, and more than a few people are speculating the hacker's identity will be revealed. As previously mentioned, potential candidates for the hacker include Shorty G, Mustafa Ali, or even both superstars, and could even range up to CM Punk, though that one's doubtful. While Punk seems to have been ruled out, let's wait and see, because the WWE loves to toy with its fans by having wrestlers deny, something we saw when Edge denied he was returning to wrestling, only to show up at this year's Rumble. As for the hacker striking this Sunday, don't be surprised if the hacker reveals a secret about one of the tag teams involved in the fatal 4-way tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It wasn't that long ago that the hacker endorsed the wisdom of keeping one's friends close and one's enemies closer. While it seems unlikely the Forgotten Sons have a secret, since they recently debuted on SmackDown, look for something concerning the New Day, Miz and Morrison, or even the Lucha House Party. While it's only speculation, there's been talk of the hacker's identity being revealed, which would be a big mistake in our opinion. The hacker is one of the best storylines in WWE right now, and the promotion should milk the mystery of his or her identity for some time. There's little to be gained at this point unless their identity is a major reveal, such as CM Punk. But to be honest, if you're looking for CM Punk, you might as well put Nicholas in the running. Number 2. Money in the Bank airing live and being taped. Now, before you ask whether Wrestlelamia has lost his mind, this year's Money in the Bank matches will air live from the WWE Performance Center, while the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder matches have been taped. Considering the unusual nature of this year's ladder matches, it's good that they taped it ahead of time so it could edit out any botches or deal with any unanticipated developments. The only questions now are how long it will run and how the WWE will air it with the live event. Number 3. How long will the Money in the Bank ladder match go? This year's Money in the Bank pay-per-view is going to be unlike anything fans have ever seen. And it's not just that this will be an empty arena show. By now you know this year's Money in the Bank ladder matches will not only take place at WWE's headquarters, but that both of the men's and women's matches will take place simultaneously. With each match's 6 competitors starting on the ground floor and fighting their way up to the roof, where the Money in the Bank briefcases are located, expect some heavy traffic. We also know that the WWE plans on going back and forth between the pay-per-view's other matches to show what's going on at WWE headquarters. Now, with that in mind, just how long will the combined matches take place? Well, Ringside News reached out to WWE and had this report. We were told that the 2 simultaneous Money in the Bank ladder matches are not an hour in length. This might calm some fans down who weren't too happy about the idea of WWE putting on a feature-length Money in the Bank ladder match presentation. The taped ladder matches should allow the WWE to cut into them at key points and cut out other points too, leaving fans in suspense and keeping them tuned in for an entire pay-per-view. However, the WWE shouldn't tune out of ongoing live matches as it ruins the flow of matches. The only problem here is that the WWE has done that very thing before, and it could hurt any number of matches. Number 4. The odds on the ladder matches. As we've discussed in past videos, people actually bet on who will win professional matches, which means odds makers calculated the likelihood of who will win and what the bets will pay off. This is kind of incredible since wrestling is a predetermined sport. What's to stop WWE creative or management getting in on it? They could make a fortune. Anyway, these are the current odds on 2 betting sites. And right now, AJ Styles is a favourite, with Aleister Black coming in second and Otis coming in third. Rey Mysterio is a long shot, and surprisingly, King Corbin isn't a favourite. With regards to the women's matches, Once again, the Queen of Spades is favoured to win a big women's match, but as we saw at the Royal Rumble and Wrestlemania, Baszler hasn't always come through. Nia Jax is a surprising second, while Lacey Evans is ahead of Asuka. We'd certainly like to know how these guys are calculating these figures. Now, a Baszler win wouldn't surprise, and as noted in earlier news videos, the Raw announced team revealed Becky Lynch will confront the match winner on the 11th of May Raw, which some fans see as a spoiler that someone from the Red brand will prevail. Now, although it might seem silly to mention odds makers' picks for wrestling, rumour has it the WWE has changed title wins at least once in the past due to an odds maker's calling a win. As fans know, Vince McMahon doesn't want anyone guessing his plans, and given some of the batshit crazy ideas he's come up with, it's difficult to do at times, so he'll change them on a whim. If you want to see our picks for the show, be sure to check out our Money in the Bank predictions video. Number 5. Otis, Mr. Money in the Bank. Now, speaking of the WWE's resident mercurial madman, rumour has it that Vince McMahon sees tremendous potential in Otis and that he is now considered a single star rather than a member of heavy machinery. While Otis winning a spot in the Money in the Bank match isn't a shocker, we could see a real shocker with the big man winning the match and the all-important briefcase. Keep in mind that there's also been a lot of talk of WWE making a strong effort to make this year's Money in the Bank winner not only get the rub from the win, but they successfully cash in their briefcase. If Otis wins, count on seeing him becoming world champion, an incredible feat for someone who has been wrestling in the tag team ranks since debuting on the main roster in late 2018 and who has no championship gold to speak of. Since the match has already been taped, Otis might have the briefcase in his possession already. Number 6. Any bonus matches? With 6 matches booked for Sunday, including what should be a lengthy combination of the men's and women's ladder matches, this pay-per-view could run 3 hours without adding any matches. However, don't be surprised to see at least one match added to the event, either on the pre-show or the main show. They have some feuds building up, including the battle between Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, who are scheduled to duke it out on this week's SmackDown, and what looks to be a program between the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. It would be nice to see one of the WWE secondary titles defended, whether it's the US Championship or Intercontinental Championship, but with Sami Zayn being off television due to the ongoing health crisis, there's not much time to build up an IC title match, not that that's ever stopped WWE before. As for US Champion Andrade, he's due for a title defense, but with any luck it won't be another match with Humberto Carrillo. These two have already wrestled more times than John Cena vs Randy Orton. Whoever gets in the ring, expect to see at least one more match. Number 7. What other surprises await? Money in the Bank is looking to be a hot show despite the lack of fans present, with The Fiend battling Braun Strowman, 2 potentially great ladder matches, and a fatal 4-way tag match. There's lots to be excited about, and while that's all good, fans still like it when the WWE throws some surprises their way. Look for something involving Sasha Banks and Bayley to advance their simmering showdown. It could be something like Banks costing Bayley her SmackDown Championship due to the boss's interference backfiring, although we certainly doubt Tamina is walking out with the Women's Championship, or something minor that forwards the storyline. The 2 ladder matches could see interference too, with Otis's rival Dolph Ziggler costing him a win, or even something less likely such as a bitter Apollo Crews interfering in the match, as he was knocked out due to his kayfabe injury. Number 8. Another cinematic match? Now expect to see at least one cinematic match this Sunday, with the most likely candidate being the 2 ladder matches. The WWE's already taped them and will likely edit them in a way that resembles an action movie with plenty of cutscenes, special effects and stunts. Whether it's as well received as WrestleMania's Boneyard match or the Firefly Funhouse match remains to be seen. And finally, one crazy bump. Now, with the WWE employing more cinematic matches and superstars hinting at throwing opponents off the top of the WWE headquarters, as Vince was seen demonstrating the stunt himself, boy that man does not stop. Expect to see some sick bumps and crazy action segments as WWE superstars brawl, more like steamroll their way through the WWE's corporate home. We're only hoping that anyone who does fall off the roof doesn't just immediately return to Raw or SmackDown. Hell, remember when the Giant fell off the roof in WCW? WCW didn't even wait more than 20 minutes before bringing him back without a scratch. Well, they do say kayfabe is dead anyway. But there you have it guys, the wildest rumours and news you need to know about the 2020 Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Are you planning on watching the show? And what do you think about these rumours? Let us know your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.